What's up everyone, Tyler Medeiros here and welcome to TylerMedeirosTV. For those of you who are not subscribed, you can subscribe down below so you don't miss a video, and for those of you that are, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be heading out and exploring a cemetery. But before we do, if you're not following me on my social medias like Instagram and Twitter, go ahead and do that now. You can follow me on Instagram at TheRealTylerMedeiros and on Twitter at TylerMedeiros. Right now, I'm on my way to the cemetery, but quickly, just a little backstory. How I actually came across this cemetery is I was on one of my back road cruises, and you know, I drove past it and I was like, okay, that looks a little old and haunted. So I kind of pinpointed it on my map so I would remember. But often when I go on my back road cruises, I pass by it. Now, the reason I finally decided to go and investigate this cemetery is because while I was at home, I was trying to, you know, figure out a little bit of a backstory and a little bit of history on the cemetery, and I really couldn't find anything at all. So with that being said, I'm guessing that the cemetery has to be pretty old, and I'm excited to see what type of, you know, tombstones they have there, because right away, for those of you that have been to a cemetery that has old tombstones, you know right away how long those tombstones have been there just by the looks of the tombstone itself. But what I'm actually guessing that this cemetery, you know, was in the past is, I'm guessing it was a family-owned cemetery where, you know, a lot of people in the country roads, they would have, you know, a private cemetery where all the family members would be buried. So I'm expecting to see a few of the same names, and that will really tell me if it was exactly that before, or if it was just, you know, a private cemetery for this church that still is on the grounds. Also, the last time I was at a cemetery, I actually went to the cemetery where the statue at the front is said to be moving when you're not looking, and he watches you kind of walk around the cemetery. Haley actually came along with me for that, and we caught some really weird things on the spirit box. So today I have the spirit box with me. We're going to be heading to this cemetery and see if we could maybe communicate with anything, because last time when we went to this cemetery and we had them come in through the spirit box, it was a really weird experience. It was really weird when we used the spirit box in that last cemetery, because it was as if they knew that we were listening, and as soon as they knew that we were listening, they didn't have much to say. But if you guys haven't seen that video, I'm gonna go ahead and put it at the end of this video so you guys can go ahead and watch that. But right now I'm on my way to the cemetery, and I will catch up with you guys in just a little bit. Alright guys, so I just pulled up to the cemetery, and the little gate in front of the cemetery is open. And from here, what I could see, there's a lot of new tombstones, but I'm thinking, you know, when I head more towards the back, I'm really gonna be getting into seeing, you know, the history of this cemetery, and hopefully just learning a little bit more about it, because like I said, when I tried to search anything about it and the history about this cemetery, I really couldn't find anything. Alright guys, so I'm about to be walking in, and like I always say when I do investigations at cemeteries, I never want to show anyone's name on the tombstone out of respect for the families and that person. So you guys will not be seeing any names, but we are going to be investigating it. So let's get into it and see what is really going on. I'm going to enter the fence now, and you know, just as I walked up here, you can see a lot of really old tombstones along with a lot of new ones. So this should be really interesting. Let's get into the cemetery and see what type of things we get coming through the spirit box. Okay, so right away off to the left here in the corner, we have some really old tombstones. I'm not sure the year on it. I'm gonna walk up and check on that in just a second. But yeah guys, it's not a very big cemetery, and right off the bat I could see 3 people that are part of the same family. I'm not sure what their connection is with this cemetery, but we're gonna take a little bit of a walk more into the cemetery. It's not that big, but you know, it is about maybe a minute walk to the back of the cemetery. But let's see, I'm gonna go to the back there, and maybe when I'm in the back I will take out the spirit box and see, you know, what comes through to communicate with us. Here is a few other really old tombstones. You can't even see what's on them. That's how old they are, a lot of them. But again, like I said, a lot of them are also new, so I don't really want to be panning around because you'll be able to see the names on them. That one actually seems to be broken, and the other piece of it is holding it up. But I'm not exactly sure because you can't really see what was created on that tombstone, because it just looks so old, just like these other ones here in the back. This is the side of it. I'm still gonna make my way to the back. I don't see a lot of old ones in the back of the cemetery, actually. I think all of the older ones are kind of up here to the front and off to the side, which I think is a little bit strange. But let's get back there and let's see if, you know, anything wants to communicate. All right, so I'm just about getting to the back of the cemetery, and like I just told you guys, there's not many older ones back here. There's about 2 over here to my left that are the same as the ones up front that are like really old, but a lot of them are new, and I mean like really new. But alright guys, I'm in the back of it, and I think we're gonna take out the spirit box now and see if anything, you know, wants to communicate. Alright, so I got the camera set up. I'm gonna be turning on the spirit box now and seeing if we have anything come through. Is there anyone who would like to communicate? I am here with white light and positivity. I mean you no harm. I just simply want to hear your story, or if you have anything to say. Something did come through, and it was a male's voice. You can use this device to communicate with me. I'll be able to hear you. I'm not here to disrupt anything or disrespect anyone. I just simply want to hear your story, or if you have anything to say. Something came through. It was that same male's voice. It literally just felt like something was walking behind me, and I even heard it. Can you see me? I'm simply here to talk to you and hear what you have to say. I don't know what he just said, but it seems like he has a lot to say, and that's that same male voice that keeps coming through. I can hear what you're saying. You can use this device to manipulate the radio waves and communicate with me. I heard you the first time. Sounds like he said, watch out. Are you peacefully at rest? What's your name? It seems really quiet right now, but that male voice really came through and kind of said, I would say, like a sentence or a phrase. But let's see what else we could get. What's your name? My name is Tyler. I come in peace and in the name of white light. I don't mean any harm. I just want to hear what you guys have to say. Are you stuck here? Alright, I'm gonna go now. It was a pleasure talking with you. And may you rest in peace. Alright guys, so there was a lot of things coming through. I would say the most dominant one was that male voice that kept coming through. It seemed like that male voice had a lot to say. I wasn't exactly able to hear exactly what he was saying, but hopefully when I get into editing I'll be able to figure out more or less what he was saying. But there's kind of a peaceful feeling in this cemetery. It doesn't make you feel scared, it doesn't give you an eerie feeling, and it doesn't give you a bad feeling. Which, when I first saw this place and I decided to, come and investigate it, I thought I was gonna have that feeling of, okay, when am I out of here? You know, when can I leave? And you just don't have that. It's actually really peaceful. But alright guys, I think I'm done here, and let's head back to the car and head home. Alright, so I just put the spirit box away and I was walking towards the car, and as soon as I got to where the tombstones were, I actually heard a voice behind me to the left, kind of in the bushes, and you could see the bushes and through the bushes, and I heard a male voice go like, "Hey!" And there's nobody here. And like, I heard it, like it freaked me out. I looked back and turned around and there's no one here, guys. I don't know, but let's get back to the car. Alright guys, so I'm back in the car, and like I had said when I first went in there, there's these really old tombstones like right beside the front to the left. And I went ahead and just scoped them out a little bit more on my way out, and one of the tombstones actually says it's from 1880. So that just goes to show how much history and how long this cemetery has been here. Now I guess I'll never know much about this cemetery other than what you see when you get here, but it's, like I said, it was a really peaceful feeling even at the back of the cemetery, which I found strange because, you know, when you drive by and you see it, it feels like it's going to give you the creeps, but once you're in there, it was just really, really peaceful. But let's get on the road and let's head home. Alright guys, so I'm on my way home. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a nice big thumbs up. There's a lot more amazing and interesting videos coming to the channel, so make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications so you do not miss it. But I want to thank you guys so much for all the love support that you guys continuously give me. It means the world to me. And just a reminder, I go live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time right here on TylerMedeirosTV, where you could tune in and play a game with Haley and I. So don't miss it. Make sure you turn on post notifications and you subscribe. And of course, I want to thank you guys so much for all the love support that you guys continuously give me. It means the world to me, and I will see you guys in my next video.